trying to keep as many people regen as possible. Nobody's taking a lot of damage. And I still have not looted a corpse, even though I've gotten quite a few. Serenity is also very important for Rune Priest. It contributes more to your healing numbers than you might suspect. Here's Azagal again. He's pretty low. And he's one of the better IBs on the server, so causes a lot of havoc back there. So it's really important to keep him up if you can. And you never want the Bright Wizards to die either. I mean, they're like all your DPS. They're kind of overpowered. So Engineers and Bright Wizards both. And Azagal is getting hit pretty hard again. I don't know if that. Okay, there we go. I mean, as long as I concentrate fire. Shit. As long as I concentrate fire on the IB, it's better than anyone else. There's a lot of people here that are really low. Shadow Priest is saved. This guy might not make it. Okay. Perfect serenity spot there. And I mean, it's okay to use squared and heal grid. You just can't become reliant on it. Since I am solo out of all groups, I very rarely get out of group healed or rezzed because I don't show up on people's squared. I mean, I've come to expect that. It doesn't bother me so much. But I mean, it is kind of annoying in that people can't, people literally can't heal people outside of their squared interface. And I'm still getting more kills. I don't see any sparkly things, so I don't know. And you can see at times I accidentally regen myself. I mean, that's not so bad. I'm using regen or shielding. I'm not using restorative burst. So the more people I keep regen up, the more people have the armor bonus as well, which is great. So I mean, it helps the scenario as a whole. This guy's kind of low. This has turned into basically a spawn camp, but I mean, the same principles apply. It's another rift. Serenity. This guy's gonna be in trouble here. Now he got knocked back, so Myotos. All right, there we go. And you to get real high healing numbers, you also want to make sure you're looking at your Bright Wizards, and you try to keep HOTS up on Bright Wizards as much as possible because of their combustion. They'll be damaging themselves and need the heals. This guy's hurt. He was running behind the tree, having a hard time tracking there for a second. Shit. Okay. There's Azagal's hurt again. I don't know if this is going to land. Alright. And I am going to use an AP pot now. Now, that was fairly competitive. No, it was a spawn camp, so we'll see what happens here. I mean, not my best performance. I was talking, so I wasn't at full concentration. But as you can see, I got. Let me sort this when it finishes. See, there's Azagal's stats right there. There's an Iron Breaker. I mean, that's what I was talking about. I mean, you find out the people that you want to keep. I mean, I'll admit I do some favoritism. I mean, I try to keep everybody up, but there's some people that are more important than others. And I mean, 8542 renown, which is quite a bit the highest. With the new changes, you also get a lot of EXP. I had about 4, 5, 6, 7, I don't know, about 20 corpses I could have looted. I never saw any of them, so I didn't get to loot any of those, but I did do 314. That's mediocre. I suspect I could have done 350 to 400,000. Vector is a really good zealot as well. He did 277. The next highest on our team was 184, and then Tabby Cat 149, 115, and so on. So I mean, that's solo healing is a Rune Priest. You don't need all the best gear. I mean, before I had these, I used the green ones. They were 3 AP. I mean, they're fine. I did perfectly fine with those. There's a white. I mean, there's a green cloak that has +4 AP. That's 369. That's 13 right there. I used to also use a weapon that there's two choices for the weapons. There's one that's I believe 64 toughness, 64 intelligence, and 6 AP. Or there's another green one that is like 80 something intelligence and 8 AP. And they're both great options for AP regen, so you should try those as well. If you have issues dying, I mean, most people won't be able to get to my armor class, so you may have more issues being killed. You might not be able to do the 5350 hit points. You can use the wounds and healing power liniment instead. But the problem with this is when you use that, your wounds buff, it does not stack with it, so it only gives you an additional 600 above the wound liniment, which is kind of goofy, but that's how it works. So as far as tactics and stuff goes, I don't use any. I use absolutely nothing that you can buy from the Mastery Trainer. I go full spec in Grungni for the single target heals, and the rest goes into Grimner mainly for Serenity, because I don't use group heal. I've considered going into Valaya for the Rune of Mending, but for now I'm using the Serenity with Grimner. And that's, well, let me look at my DPS numbers here. And the healing, you can see the abilities here. My regeneration healed for 188,000 out of the 325 total. That's about 60%. Serenity was 55,000. The Grungni's was 30k. That's actually a little bit lower than normal. My Grungni's is usually a bit higher. The big single target heal was 30k. And looks like my base crit rate was around an average of around 40 to 45%. And there you go. Have fun. Hope that wasn't too long. Hope it wasn't boring, but try it out. My main advice is AP regen. If you solo heal, be prepared to not get heals from anyone else and not get reses from anyone else. You basically have to rely on yourself. This Bone Ward, which is part of the live event, that's actually quite helpful as well. It's a 60-minute recharge, and it lasts 10 seconds, and it's almost just a get out of jail free card for 10 seconds. I mean, it's pretty big, and I'm surprised that it's tied to an event, and I would hope that Mythic makes it available later. Like they should have made the Herald's Cloak available later too. Anyway, have fun. Make some more videos later. See ya.